Hello, everyone. Anything to anybody?
Hello.
All right.
You notice how I did that before the recording?
Yeah. Yeah, it's gonna be 90 here today.
Really?
Yeah. Yeah.
It's you know what it is here? It's only 77 at the moment.
Well, it's not 90 here yet, but
Yeah.
in a couple hours it will be.
Yeah, it's gonna be probably about 90 today here as well. 90, 92.
Yeah. Yeah. You can get burnt very quickly in 90.
Yeah.
Even 75, you can get burnt.
Hey, so yeah, so I before this, I did send you a URL that you may want to look at later. It's a 1 minute clip of a Russian. Um,
Well, I saw the title and it sounds like what I was telling you is my opinion on it, right?
this guy was a Russian diplomat or whatever. And here's what he said in a nutshell in 60 seconds, but you want to listen to it as well. The Russians, they're prepared for potential World War III. They're not messing around. And he said that. And he said, you can blame the Anglo-Saxons. It's clear that they are the biggest threat and troublemakers. And we know who he's talking about. And not that I'm justifying them in whatever, but I'm just saying their mindset. And he said, if this goes down, he already said point blank, we're hitting London first. They're going to get hit first. Then we're going after Paris and a bunch of other European cities. He rattled the cities right off. They already know what they're going to do if it gets to that point. And then he said, we're going after power supplies as well. So they're not screwing around. And I just hope the powers that be, rethink this and stuff before they continue and keep prodding, the bear. Because sooner or later, that bear is going to get pissed off, like to the point of who knows what. And that's all I wanted to say. I mean, this is just, as the saying goes, not that it's funny, it's not funny, right? This is like, in my mind, serious business. And like you said too, they're never going back to the Western system, the SWIFT system, and dealing with the World Reserve under that system, and so on and so forth. Right? They have no intents at all, and they're already doing backdoor deals, as you know, but amongst themselves with the BRICS, right? So that's it. It's just serious. You may want to look at that. It just, it's alarming. He said, if this goes down, we know, this is what we're hitting first, guys. So, if you're London and stuff, I don't know. I wouldn't be too thrilled.
Yeah. Not a good time to visit Paris, I guess.
You got to wonder, do you even want to be in Europe?
I already booked my ticket.
I get it. I get it. I mean, chances are you'll be fine. So I'm not trying.
I'm not going to worry about things I can't control. And the bottom line
I agree.
is the other mistake that we normal people tend to make is we think that these people who are controlling things actually have our agenda in mind. They don't. I mean, if their purpose is world depopulation, this is going according to plan.
Listen, no argument. You're talking to the choir. I mean, we're considered, okay, the reality is the bulk of us, which is what, 98% maybe, I don't know, 95%, one standard deviation, whatever you want to call it. Or what is it? 95% is three standard deviations, whatever it is. I forget.
Two is 95, three is 99.8, I believe. One is
Okay.
2/3.
One is 68%, I think. Yeah. So my guess is they're looking at us either in the second or third standard deviation, or call it the 2.5 one, which is 97%, whatever. We're general population, bottom line. And general population, in this layman's opinion, is expendable by nature in so many ways. period. End of story. And most people need to wake up to that. I put it in different words, what you just said. You know, they're not worried about us and our agenda or whatever, period. So,
Well, those things, unless you're going to get out and protest and rally, there's not a lot you can do to control that. But
no,
the reason
You're right.
the reason what we wanted to discuss today is what we can control. And the bottom line is whether you're on Earth 10 years or 110 years.
Right.
It's in the grand scheme of things, it's a short time when you compare it to eternity.
Yeah.
And
So,
if you stop and think about that, then you should care. Like some people will say, well, I don't care. Well, who would trade 110 years for an eternity of misery?
yeah, that's a good way to look at it. Or 80 years, whatever it is, 70 years, 80 years, whatever. That's a great way to look at it.
Yep. Yeah. And if you're talking about your functional adult life where you're actually usable, I mean, what are you from 20 to 80, maybe 20 to 70? You've got 50 good years.
40 years, yeah, plus or
Because I mean,
minus.
let's face it. I mean, we're in our 50s now, and we already can't do what we could do in our 20s and 30s. So it gets harder and harder with every year that goes by.
Yeah. And regardless of our knowledge, background, and experience, you know, the world, once you get to a certain age, they don't see the utilitarianism, if you will, in you. Period. Goes unsaid.
Well, we've talked about the Spartans many times. I mean, this is how Sparta was, right? Sparta was ruthless about this stuff. It came only about utilitarianism, what you could provide to the collective. Otherwise, you were useless.
Yeah. Yeah.
And now, I mean, I don't know. Yeah, you could argue that, you know, because people weren't taken out and put on rocks. I mean, we have a lot of useless people today, and not, you know, that in terms we're talking productivity.
Yeah.
And that's how the people sitting up above are looking at things. You know, these reports of productivity and functionality, they're not looking at humanity. A lot.
Yeah. No. Okay. So that's a segue. You want me to segue now, or?
Yeah. Okay. So basically what we want to do this morning is for those people who haven't read through the Bible and actually identified what the Bible says on how you can save your soul and how you can get your name into the book of life. This is what Dan's going to review right now, because you know, it's something that we may or may not know off the top of our heads. All right, I'll turn it over to you, Dano.
Yeah.